right, boys and girls, we are in our science, 3rd grade, interactive text. We are on page 1. Our question this week for this chapter: what are adaptations and how do they help living things survive? Our vocabulary, these are words that will help us learn. I want you to read these words, highlighted, read the definition, and then maybe try to quiz yourself on the words. And we'll do some fun things with that in class together. Environment. Environment. All the living and non-living things in a place. Environment. Grassland. A place with many grasses. That makes sense. Biome. A place with certain kinds of living and non-living things. Adaptation. A body, part, or way of acting that helps a living thing survive. Desert. A place with hot, dry weather. Sounds like here, doesn't it? Migrate. To move from one place to another. You see here in the picture some birds are moving. Birds migrate, but butterflies do too. Kind of cool, huh? Grassland. A place with many grasses. I think I read that one already. I'm sorry. Forest. A place with many trees. You ever been to the forest? There's one not too far away. Mimicry. This word is mimicry. The Y at the end says E. When one thing pretends to be another thing. Have you ever pretended to be something you weren't? Or copied your brother or sister just to get on their nerves? That's mimicry. Arctic tundra. A cold place above the Arctic Circle. Ooh, I don't want to go there. Now we're on page 2. You see here, there's a buffalo and some grass. This is probably a grassland, right? Based on the definition. Lesson 1, living things and their needs. Where do living things live? Living things live where they can meet their needs. A living thing's environment includes all the living and non-living things in a place. A biome is a place that has certain kinds of living and non-living things. Deserts, forests, and grasslands are all types of biomes. Here, a buffalo eats the grass in its biome. Like I said, probably a grassland biome. Different biomes have different kinds of weather over time. Some biomes are cold and dry. Some are warm and wet. The soil or ground covering might also be different. It might be hard or soft, moist or dry. See the camel? Yep, you guessed it, it's the desert. This desert biome has a hot, dry climate. Now let's do a quick check. How might one biome be different from another? So I want you to go back up to the top. It says different biomes. The question said, how might one biome be different? There's that word different again. So the answer will probably be in that paragraph. So we'll go back. Some biomes are cold and dry. Some are warm and wet. The soil or ground covering might also be different. It might be hard or soft, moist or dry. So I'm going to say that some biomes are cold, some are warm. But you could say some are wet, some are dry, some are soft, some are hard. Hard and soft for the ground, moist and dry for the ground, or you could talk more about the weather. It's up to you. Now here, describe the kinds of weather in your biome. So our biome is, we live in Lemoore. So let's think about this. Or we live in the valley, somewhere in the Central Valley. Recently, it has been dry, hot, sometimes even a little sticky outside. And then in the winter, we know it gets foggy and cold. In the springtime, sometimes it's windy, but most days it's pretty pleasant, in my opinion. To describe the kinds of weather, I would say in the summer is hot and winter is cold in my biome, the Central Valley. But of course you can write your own sentence. You could talk about how it doesn't snow here, how it doesn't rain very often. You get to choose, okay? All right, now remember, biomes are the type of places that certain kinds of living things and non-living things live, like desert, forest, grassland. Those are types of biomes.